So the most profound change in SOA governance and SOA in the past 10 years has been its adoption and broad use throughout the industry. Where 10 years ago, well, 7 years ago, a number of people were very new to SOA, didn't really understand what a componentized architecture was, didn't know how to develop applications or systems as small, loosely coupled components. Well, now people understand what that is. They understand the benefit of it. And then they also understand that in order to make it work and to make it work correctly, they need effective SOA governance, and effective SOA governance that's different than traditional IT governance that you'd get in an ITIL model or a COBIT model. So SOA governance that addresses the life cycle of a service. And then also, of course, we've been able to introduce and use a number of tools to automate both SOA and SOA governance. And that has had a significant impact in the adoption and use of SOA, to the point where almost the term SOA isn't used that much anymore. It's more business as usual, or more of a component type of architecture. And that lends itself very well to an API economy or an API structured applications, which lends itself to cloud very well, and the various types of ways you implement or bring to the user applications through a cloud environment. From an SOA perspective, we just see, and we will continue to see, more of a morphing towards implementation on the cloud, an API economy, and more automation. So we're able to do less and less redundant work and more innovative, loosely coupled components that lead to more advancements in how we produce applications and how business solves problems. I can't say enough about IBM Press. The ability for me to not only write a book, but to get it published and have that book released throughout the industry has been fantastic for my career. As a matter of fact, I do lectures at a number of universities nationwide, and at a few, my book has become standard reading for a couple of classes, a couple of master's degree classes. And I would not have been able to do that or had that exposure to up-and-coming audiences, both from an educational perspective and from a business perspective, without the help of IBM Press.